The first type of bond that we are going to focus on is my covalent bond. And the covalent bond is when I have two or more non-metals that will bind. The first example I have here is hydrogen and H2. Okay, now we use a Lewis diagram or Lewis structure to help us to figure out how my two atoms will bind. So first of all, my Lewis structure indicates my electrons with crosses and dots. So whenever you see the crosses and dots around the element symbol, it will indicate the amount of valence electrons that atom has. For instance, if we look at hydrogen, H2, we are going to see that I have hydrogen and hydrogen that will bind. And if you have to have your periodic table near to help you. Hydrogen is in group 1, therefore hydrogen will only have one valence electron. And that one valence electron I'm going to indicate with the cross for the one atom. Your second atom, you will also indicate the valence electron but with a dot, so that you can see exactly from which atom the electron is. So, we talk about electron pairs. An electron pair can host two electrons. Hydrogen only has one here. That means there's space for an electron here. My second hydrogen atom also only have one electron, so it also has a space for another electron. So what these two are going to do when they bind, they are going to complete the electron pair and share it. So it will look like this. And here you can see here's the electron pair that they share. The second example we are going to do is hydrogen chloride. Okay, so hydrogen chloride we know consists out of hydrogen and chlorine. Now let's use the periodic table. Hydrogen has one valence electron and chlorine is in group 7, therefore it will have 7 valence electrons. So let's draw in hydrogens first. It has one valence electron and my chlorine has 7. Now you are going to complete the electrons as follows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we can see that I have a space for electron here, and at the chlorine I have a space for electron here. So when they bind, they will also complete each other, and it will look like this. And now you will see that my hydrogen and my chlorine share the electron pair right here. Okay, let's go on to the next example. Now I have oxygen, O2. In other words, I will have two oxygen atoms that will combine with each other. Okay, so if we look at oxygen, it's in group 6. So it means one oxygen atom has 6 valence electrons. So the first oxygen one I'm going to indicate like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and my second oxygen atom, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you will see there's something different about this one, because with the first ones I only had one space open for electron, but with oxygen here I have 2 electron pairs. In other words, there's 2 electron pairs where there's a space open for electrons. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but I'm going to show you now exactly how you are going to complete this one. So you are going to draw your 2 oxygens, And if you see, I have 2 electron pairs at each one that needs to be completed. So if there's 2 electron pairs, you have to draw 2 electron pairs first. And then you complete it. Then you say, I have my crosses and my dots. Okay, and when we close this electron pairs, we will see that on the outer side of my oxygen, there's 4 electrons. Now it's very important that we place those electrons correctly so that it looks even. So I have 4 electrons left, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. This way you can see that they are evenly divided here. The same here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is exactly how your bond will look right here. Now the fourth example we are going to do is nitrogen. Now if we look, nitrogen is in group 5, so it will only have 5 valence electrons. So I have my first nitrogen and my second nitrogen, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My second nitrogen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you will see that I have 3 electron pairs that's open, or that there's space available for electrons. We do exactly the same as we did earlier. We are going to draw our 2 nitrogens, and then we are going to see that I have 3 electron pairs. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to say my crosses, my dots. Okay, and if we look at nitrogen and I close my electron pairs which I used there, there's 2 left. So I'm going to put the 2 electrons here. My last example that we are going to do is when we have 2 different types of atoms that are going to bind. So the first type is hydrogen and then oxygen. But can you see that there's 2 hydrogen atoms here? So first of all, hydrogen has 1 valence electron because it's in group 1. So it's going to look like this. And then I have a second hydrogen atom, also only have 1. And then I have my oxygen. Now oxygen is in group 6, so it will have 6 valence electrons. So it will look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now as you will see, here's a space open, here's a space open, and then here is a space open. So can you see that each one of my hydrogens can bind to my oxygen? When they bind, it's going to look like this. First you have your oxygen. I'm going to draw in my electrons exactly like I drew it in before. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, and then I'm going to add my hydrogen electrons here. So I have 1 hydrogen here and 1 hydrogen over here. Now you can see that they will also share the electron pairs. I'm going to give you an exercise that you're going to do on the WhatsApp group. Thank you guys. I will prepare your next lesson. So